right? From here. Please confirm if you can hear me. I'm just talking to myself. So here I'm going to have confirm. I want to see I have password 2. Password 2, right? Alright, 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 alright. Oh. So let's check it out. Let's load and see the information. Why is it big now? Don't make it big. I don't know why this is went up bigger. I'm surprised. Okay, I think. Oh, no. There is a lot of mistake that I made. I copied the wrong attributes. Just let me undo some of this. Alright. Okay. Mhm. I went and duplicate and copy the wrong attribute. Alright, let's try that. Okay, so let's fire down. Let's start from here. Alright. So the first thing I'm going to have is the username. So on the username, I have last name. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that now. So I have a username here. So I will change it to username. Username. Then the name value should be username, right? Uh, okay. Then yeah, I'm going to have email. So the name value is going to be email. Okay. Then also phone number. Hmm? Phone number. Okay. So let me load. I don't want a situation where. Okay. So next is username, and then I'm going to have phone number. So phone number will come after the username. So this is the username. So let me copy and duplicate. Here I'm going to have name value as phone. Then other one as phone number. Phone number. All right. So let's also confirm that we are not fucking up. All right. So here you can see the username. Here you can see the phone number. So here you can see email. Then password. So let me do the confirm password now. So okay, let me just copy and paste. right. Oh, we have an error there. So let's get rid of that. So I think let's try this. Okay. So I think I see the problem. So don't do this. If we want to um want to checking password, think let's try to get inside there and see what's going to happen. Okay, so I think that works. So what we need to do is that we just need to duplicate this, not this. So that's the problem that we have. Right, so yeah, I'm going to have password, this will be password, confirm password. So confirm password. Then the name here will be password 2. Password 2. Next one is password 1. Password. The name value is password. Just a normal password. So let's check the email. Name value is email. Let's check the phone number. Name value is phone number. So alright. So we are done with this. Alright. So you can see. Alright. So let's just copy and paste to the business page. So let's just do copy and paste the form, entire form to the business page. Okay, so here is the form. Let me call the form. So there is the form. So I'm going to replace it on the business form. So there is the business form. So I'm going to replace it here. All right. So we have this and we have this. So this is good. The next thing we are going to do here is to start writing the view or submitting this particular form. So we want to start writing the view. So the view would actually be like our normal Django view, but we want to return some JSON. So we don't want the HTML to handle our submission, data submission and validation. So we don't want to use HTML to validate our Django. Can you hear me, please? If you are hearing me, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. So now what we want to do now, I want to use JavaScript. So we don't want to asynchronously get data and also submit data without loading the page. So if you notice now, if I fill in information here and then I click on submit, you can see it will reload. So we don't want that to happen. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to move into Django view and start writing our registration Django view, which is actually going to be very fun, right? So first, let me get rid of all this login, homepage, this session, all this, just get rid of them. And then I'm leaving just these two, right? So I'm actually leaving just these two. So this is actually a place where we are going to write our view. So we are currently on get. So moving to post. So copy this and duplicate it so you can use it to your post. And the post submission, and I don't want to render in HTML, so I don't need this. I'm going to take that off. So we already import JSON, right? Now, what is JSON? What is JSON, right? I think JSON stands for this JavaScript, blah 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 blah, right?
Sure.
You say what? Say what?
JavaScript object notation.
Exactly. So we want to submit it as JSON. So that's why we have JSON response. Now, JSON response, instead of returning render, right? Rendering it in HTML. So we render it as a JSON, right? As a JSON, render it as a JavaScript type of file, right? So we can use that JSON to be able to know when the password is invalid and know when the password is not working. So instead of JSON, so what we're going to do here is that we're actually going to get all this data. Um, we're actually going to get all this data. So I will say username equals to request dot post. So that request dot post. We're going to pass in username, right? Going to come here. Next one is email. Email. So I pass in email here. Next one is phone. Phone. Passing phone here. Right. So next one is password. Let me paste this. Yeah. Password. So I've called password. Then next one is password one. Password one. So what we are doing here is to get data from HTML, right? Because we are passing this here, we already have access to that HTML through get. So let me confirm my what's it called? My data input. So I want to like confirm the data input. So let's start with username. Username is username, which we have here. Phone number is phone, which we have there. Then email is email, which we have there. Password is password. Oh, make a mistake. All right, sorry. Password. All right. Then we have password 2. So going to be password 2. So here is going to be password 2. All right. And there's a problem. We have a problem here. A problem that we have here is that, remember, we have two forms. Um, in that two form, say the user what? Username. You're getting the username. Coming down, username. Select confirm. Invalid username. Request that gets multi vendor key. So it means that it's not getting it. Alright. So okay. We need to pass a method as post here. Select passing method at post. So exactly. All right. Oh. Uh, mm, mm, oh.
So I check the view. You wrote post def get.
Yes. Uh-huh. Post. It's supposed to work now. It's not getting it. Request dot post.
So is that functional for uh, is that functional for post?
What is that? Okay, we add get. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Okay. I thought that much. Sorry. Thank you very much. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Okay. So, as I was saying, um, we have a problem, right? Okay. Before we move further, to confirm that okay, everything that you've done is working, so it's working. But if it's not working, we are going to have an error. So you can just print all these things, print the user, print everything in the terminal, so they confirm if it is working, so that you will not have username is working, email, phone, password too. Okay, just we go and fill the form and just fill the form for filling sake and then submit. Alright, so okay, can see that um submission. Alright, I think that printer out, yeah, printer didn't print out, but actually submitted all the data, but we didn't get any printouts. So let's just leave it and continue what we're doing. Okay. Alright, so what we are going to do, like I told you, that the problem that we have here. We have two forms, right? So we have this and this. So when user click here and fill this form, it's going to be a type of a business, a personal account. Then when user click here and fill the form, it's actually going to be um, a type of a business account. So who can tell us how do we get a user that is a business and a user that is a personal account? Now, if you come to our view here, we have this. So that's no different, right? How do we do that? Who can help us? Any idea? The guy and co. The guy, are you there? Chidima. Can this guy hear me? Can anybody hear me? Wow.
Yes.
Okay, nobody can try. No idea. If you don't have idea, say no idea. So they can move on. Your man. Wow. One. Wait, that play that. Stand up here. Are you normal?
I'll try what, sir?
Huh?
Try what?
Sorry?
You said try what, sir?
I said now how do we know when a user is a personal and when is a business? So that we can be able to create their account. Eh? Hmm?
Okay.
Do we need to create a different
You
model?
are you are
You said?
creating a business account.
No,
Creating a business account will be with a company name, not a personal name.
Huh?
you don't need to create
If
new
you are
one.
creating a business account,
Hmm.
You don't need to create new one.
So what are we going to do now? Because we have a problem. There's no way we can know when a business account is creating and when a normal account is creating. So that's where the problem is coming
So
from. Any idea? Hmm? Any idea? If you don't have an idea, let's move on to the next thing, please. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. If you come into this HTML, you scroll down a little bit, you can see that whenever we have a business ID, right, as business, and we scroll down, if you come here and you click on business button, right, it's going to call this business button, right? So what we are going to do is that we can pass in, let me go to our model. So we scroll up to our model here. In our model, we have personal, right? As this field is already there on our database as personal. We have our business. So what we are going to do is actually very simple. It's actually very simple. So we are going to pass in this personal in personal HTML form, right? Then we hide it. So we are going to hide it in our personal HTML form. Okay, this is what I mean, right? So when we go to our HTML form here, so let's move into personal. Let's move into personal. Personal form. Okay, in this personal form now, let's open it. I want to open it wider. So also right. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is that under here, under this form, I'm going to call an input. Inputs. So this input that I called now, the type will be hidden, right? Hidden. That means you're not going to see it. Then the name, the name of this input, right? Going to be account type. So when you go to this, we're going to come here, our model. We are going to pass in the name as an account type or anything at all. Then the value is going to be this. So when you come here, I will say name is going to be account underscore type. So this name is not a special name. The way you are having your HTML. Now, what is going to be special is what we call value. Value must be special. So value must be the same with whatever you have here, which is this value, right? So this value, right? So we use account type. So the value is whatever you have here is what the account type is going to collect. So this value. So this is actually hidden. So let's copy this and go to business. So let's close up this and then scroll down. So this is business, right? So press it here. So in the value, instead of using personal, we can come here and use what? Business. Don't use this. Use this. This is the value. So business. All right. Then okay. So let's go to the home page and copy this. So we have scroll down, we have account type equals to request.what.post. We have what account type. All right, so this is actually what we did. So when you call this account type, right, we choose let's say when you're on business, then account type will now be business. When you are personal, account type will now be personal. Is that clear? Is that clear?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if even though we come here, we are not going to see we are not going to see um we are not going to see that account type. But if he inspects, right? If he inspects, then when you're going to see the account type, right? Um, Okay, when you come here, you're going to see the account type that we have here as personal. Right, let's fire down. Let's fire down. Okay, what we are going to do next is to start our validation, to validate all this information, and then hit the ground running. Right, so we're going to do that. So the first validation I'm going to do is to check um to check if the all the field is empty, right? So here I'm going to come here and say if not user or an email or and password or and password passwords hmm, or and phone, right? So if that happen now, um okay, sorry, or not, sorry, not, it should be or and not, or no verse, or not, right? Or not, or not phone, right? So if not user or not email or not phone or not password, so now usually I don't want to render this, right? So I want to render this in JSON. So I say return JSON instead of returning HTML. Are you getting me? So I'll return what? JSON. Um, inside the JSON, I'm going to call a dictionary, right? Because I want to pass in error, a key of error, or anything at all, error, right? So this key is what I'm going to use. So this error, inside this error, uh, you know the way you pass in here, this thing, dictionary keys as you render your error. So please fill all the form field, right? So if not this or this or this. So let's try something out. So let's go and try something. All right. So let's submit this. We are still getting this. Okay, so what we are going to do here is that let's go to that home page. It's obviously it's not getting our post. Form. Okay, you need to pass in something here. Inside this form, you need to pass in method. Method as sorry, method as post. Right? Okay, so let's check it out. Um, let's check it out. All right, so let's submit. Let's try to submit. So okay, Sierra RF token. So we need to do that. So we need to add our Sierra RS token. We didn't do that, so let's add it quickly. and so okay. They also do that the business as well. Mm, okay, right. So let's submit. Right. So they say password um is not seeing our password. So let's grab it password. Right. So let's check if our password um scroll down here. So our password feed is not saying it. Um okay, look at what happened here. It's supposed to be password. Uh supposed to be password. Alright. So let's fill the form and see. Alright. So now you notice something. Immediately we submit the form, it redirected us to um a particular place, right? You see where they redirected us from. This they said fill all the whole form. Now this time around now it is taking us as a suggestion. Are you seeing it? So can you see the key error? Fill up all the whole form. So this is actually what we are getting. So let also do the next thing. Let's validate the password to check if the password is the same or not. So go back to this. So we're going to check if the password is the same. So we'll say if password not equals to password 1. So what we're going to do is what I'm still going to return JSON, and sometimes also good to return status, right? So let me also return status. It's also good to return status. So let me return status here. Comma status um status equals to 400. So if not, let me also copy this and then return. Password did not match, error. I also pass the key of error. Password not match, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm also going to check if the username already exists, if the email already exists, right? I'm going to import from model dot model import user, right? So we are going to import user. So now when importing user, I also want to, because we did a bit of customization on our user, right? We did a bit of customization on our user. So I don't want to use a user like that as raw, right? So we did a bit of customization. So what I'm going to do is that to access the user with the whole authentication features, right? You need to import get user model. So from Django dot we have dot country dot auth to import get user model, right? So this get user model, if you read more about this get user model on Django documentation, um, read about it on Django documentation. I think we've discussed about this get user model. So you whenever you customize your authentication and you want to use full Django access authentication, you're going to use the get user model. Trying to see if I can see it here. I'm going to see if I can see that get user model. Okay, I think it's okay. Okay, you can see. So usually you use it when you use Astra user or Astra Bay user. You should be able to have it get user model. So let's say if you refer user directly, for example, if you're referring to his current key, you could the code could not work in the project so that has been changed to the model. So instead of user model directly, you should refer to the user model. This method will return the active model. So if you use normal direct user model, according to what they said here, you may not have access to some foreign keys, right? You may have some errors. So it's also very important to, if you want to have access to the customer user, right? No need to use this import. Don't use it. Use this. So when you use this, as long as you are using Astra user or Astra Bay user, this will have access to this. So we are not going to use this, but we're going to use this. So what I'm going to do here is that when I come here and I say user, so no need to import this. I'm taking and getting this out of user equals to get user model. So the user model now, this particular user model will give me access to this user model. As far as I'm using what abstract user or abstract based user. So this automatically are giving access to what to the user model. I hope you understand. So let me check if the email already exists. Please confirm if you can hear me. I mean, I don't sleep. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm on the talk. Or else I'll go end this class. Show me say yes, they hear me. Are you sleeping? All right. So
I can hear you, sir.
say
Sleep down the corner.
if user. Okay, now we'll just after I'm done with the setting, we'll end it here because the class will have a long way to go. If user dot objects, user dot objects dot filter. So we filter email equals to email dot what dot exist abi dot exist. So if this is true, then we are going to return a JSON error. So
Sir, what do you want to write? Is it exist or exclude? You wrote exclude.
exist. So if that is true, then we are going to have a email already exists, right? So another thing also we're going to do is that we're going to do the same thing with the user. I just copy and paste the same thing with phone number. Let's just copy and paste. So the same thing with user, same thing with phone number, right? Now look at what we are doing here, right? So after that is done, um, we want to create uh want to create what's that call it? I want to create so want to create a account, right? So I'm going to say user equals to I say user dot object dot create, right? So what are we creating? So the first one is username equals to username, the comma. We have a email equals to what? Email. We have comma. Then a phone equals to phone. So make sure that whatever you are passing here is actually what is written here. Don't go and pass in a different thing. So we have account type. So copy that. Then account type equals to what? Account type, right? This one here is the password, right? Password equals to. Now the password, I'm going to hash the password, right? I'm going to make sure that the password is hashed because we already altered the authentication. So to make hash password, I'm going to import a model called make password. So I'm going to import it from so up here I'm going to import from django dot contrib dot odds dot hasher import make password, right? So that's what we imported that we're going to use to hash um our password, right? So to hash our password we are going to use make what make password, then passing the password, right? Or passing the password here. So after that has been done, then um, we're now going to return JSON, right? Okay, come out here. So we're not going to return what? JSON. So yeah, I'm going to put sources. I'm going to put sources. Then I'll say account. So when we let's try it and create an account. Account user register successfully. User register successfully. Okay, so that is all.
Change the status. Change the
Huh?
status, sir. 200.
Okay,
Oh,
200.
201. Created.
201, yes.
201.
201, yes. All right.
Created is 201.
Okay, so let's go and create an account and confirm that everything is working. All right. Try this account. Fill out the whole form. So yeah, I'm going to. All right. Um, so password did not match. So let me put 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So let's create. I can see account was created was successfully. So we've created an account. We can even go and confirm the account that we created. Um, so you come here, can confirm the account that we created, right? This is Skyline. So this account that we created now. So I think I have to call it off here. It's almost 12. What we're supposed to do now is to start working with JavaScript. So start working with JavaScript. I feel that I think we should concentrate in making sure that everything is working fine, right? Then those messages now, what we need to do now is to print all these messages, the messages that you are seeing here now, all the messages now, to print it on JavaScript, right? Print it on this thing, what's they call it, on the form, and then after the page not loaded. So we are going to be working on the next JavaScript part of this project. Um, I think that's what we are going to be working on next JavaScript part of this project. But I want to wrap it up here so that you can be able to do what I've done. Please go and replicate the same thing. They're actually very simple. Um, I'll drop the code, what we've done today. I'll drop it on this and this is what they call it on our platform, so that most people can
Discord.
Discord can have access to the code. So it's further.